What's up, everybody? This is Tristan, obviously. Uh, I wanted to give a huge shout out to Hyphen Clothing and Kid Nari. Hyphen Clothing did the logo, and Kid Nari has done the intro and the outro for us. If you're going to listen to us for any reason, at least be to support those guys. You can find their Instagrams in the description below if you're watching the YouTube, and then also in the description for the Spotify. Uh, but yeah, so thanks you guys so much to both you, Anthony, and Janari. And thank you guys, the watchers and listeners. We really cannot be able to do this without y'all. So we are really, 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 really appreciative. And we only ask for feedback and if there's anything that you want us to talk about. So thank you guys so much. And we'll catch you all on the flip. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Peace. But yeah, no, I really like it's like really it looks like a little mushroom.
Is your internet connection all right? We're getting a little laggy right now. I can't even hear your microphone at all right now.
Your microphone. Oh, there you go.
Wait. What?
Okay. You are switching microphone sources back and forth.
Ah, fuck.
Okay, that one's better. Whatever.
Better.
Shit, yeah.
Well, welcome to the Duck Boy. Is that how we were just going
Yeah.
open?
Cold open with Tristan just deep throating the mic over there. Can you hear me? Can you hear this okay? Is this better? Right here?
Do we want to cut open with that or?
Whatever you want to do, man. My mom watches this, so she sees me doing that. It's kind of funny.
All right, fuck it. Welcome to the Duck Boys podcast. I'm Tristan.
Hey, Mom. I'm Sam. Welcome back. First on the order of business. So, for reference, today is January 27th. We're going to mark January 6th as the day of the insurrection. We're going to mark January 27th as the date that Redditors took over Wall Street. Oh my God. So
I've been trying to follow this like as well as I can, because I'm no economic like anything. I'm really bad with economics. So Sam, I'm hoping to God that you know a little bit more than I do, because like I kind of know what's going on, but I'm probably wrong if I try to explain it.
Okay, so I can break this down a little bit. There's a lot of the intricacies I can't really either understand or help y'all to understand. I don't actively trade stocks. I don't have any sort of major investment in Wall Street. I just happen to read up a little bit time to time, and I used to be super active on Reddit, specifically in the community that's responsible for the shit show that you're witnessing right now. So to give you a super quick rundown, there is so way that Reddit works. Reddit has subreddits. They're smaller communities that build the entire whole that is Reddit, the website. There's a specific subreddit called Wall Street Bets, in which basically a bunch of people ranging from dirt poor to super duper rich all together just meme and shitpost on Wall Street, and in doing so can actively influence the stock market. And as you've witnessed today, they have the capability to influence the stock market very strongly. So strongly that they halted trading.
Jesus.
So this all begins, so 5 sessions ago, which 5 days, they call it sessions within the stock market. The biggest two proponents that we're looking at here is GameStop, the one that's the big focus, and also AMC for some reason. AMC, I believe, is more on the Wall Street or the Wall Street bet meme aspect.
What I've kind of gathered from that aspect of like the why is because they were going like first off they saw that like I know that the GameStop stocks were like being undersold or some shit like that, but like also it's people that see that they're kind of dying because of COVID and because of new technology, And so they're like, we want to save our childhood. And so like basically like I'm sure this could have happened like, a year or so ago whenever Toys R Us died.
Yeah, something like that. In
Yeah.
part, from what I understand, Wall Street Bets, this subreddit, there were people on there that had started to hear whispers from people making investments in or around GameStop. And in due fashion, they were like, oh, GameStop, the one that's been dying slowly and just like choking out. And we were all kind of fine with it because GameStop gave us $15 for like 47 games and a console.
Yep.
And then they're like, okay, pump it. Literally just take all of your money and blow the stock up. And that's what they did. And from what I'm reading right here, this is from Apple Stocks, GameStop has rallied more than 400% this week alone. So that's an increase in 400%, which means 5 times their stock amount a week ago for no reason other than shit posting. Following this pushes its entire January gains to a jaw-dropping 1,700%, 18 times the original amount of their stock. As a shit post, this week alone, also AMC, for no discernible reason, 450% just up. And because it's like memes, but with actual currency, with like real money, people's money, Wall Street just like they shit themselves. They were like, holy, poor people, you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to know how this game works. And because of that, today, market closes, NASDAQ is down 355 points. The NYSE composite is down 379 points. Dow Jones, 633 points down. S&P 500, almost 100 points down. All the way across the board, everybody's just taking a massive dump because they're like, what?
People have power now. Oh, not the oligarchy.
Right. So they halted trading because they didn't know how to. They're like, okay, we don't know how to regulate this yet. The poor people are getting smart, and we need to regulate this in a way that keeps them dumb. So we're shoving it down for a little bit, and when we figure it out, it'll open back up for everybody.
So what do you think, I guess, the long-term, because like from what I read, I guess to get into more of the like cause of this is that like it was undersold, at least for GameStop and probably for AMC as well. It was undersold, and so like there's like this other market for it's like hedge funds or some shit like that, and like they just pumped a shit ton of money into the hedge fund for GameStop, and then that like did something for the economy. Like I said, I'm no econ kind of guy, so
again, I can't explain some of the intricacies because I really don't know how it all works, but I do understand that because of them fucking around with hedge funds, as an end result, I don't know specifically which hedge fund it is, but there is a $13 billion hedge fund that is at risk of going into insolvency tomorrow morning when the market opens back up because of the shit that happened today.
Oh, shit.
$13 billion. It's going to take a massive dump just because GameStop is just on the hype train right now.
I feel bad for GameStop in like the long run.
GameStop is so good at stealing money that they're not only stealing it from customers now, they're stealing it from other viable stocks. Hey man, that's a nice share value you've got there. I'll give you $3 for it.
Yeah, $7. Take it or leave it.
$7 in-store credit, $3 cash.
No, I was saying like I kind of feel bad for them just because like, it's like if it's a meme, it's gonna die. All memes die.
No, definitely this is a massive wave that they're riding right now. It's like when Bitcoin got big. Not now, but when it initially got big, it exploded up to like $20,000. That was the first like big cap, and then dropped swiftly within the next month. You're looking at it like an even quicker turnaround for this. It's like when normal memes die, when a meme has like a half-life of like a day on the internet tops now, if not limited to hours.
What the Bernie meme was like 3 days ago?
Right. Because it was nationally visible. The more people that get a meme from day one, the quickly it's gonna like run
Yeah.
its raise.
Once Twitter gets a hold of it, it's dying, and then once Instagram gets a hold of it, it's
It's
dead,
dead.
and then Facebook's just beating a dead horse.
Yeah, well, Facebook's into necrophilia with memes. They're still on Minions, and Minions
I
have been out of circulation for a long time running.
had to tread carefully today because of Minion memes. Because I was watching this documentary, and I, I was like, man, she looks. It's like some like murder documentary. I was like, she looks like she posts Minion memes, bro. And then Addie turns to me and she's like, "What's wrong with Minion memes?" And I was like, "Oh, your mom posts Minion memes." I was like, "Jancy." I was like, "Oh no." I mean, like, you look.
You don't even have to answer that. What's wrong with Minion memes? Exactly what you think is wrong.
Yeah, I told her I was like, "It's not the people that I dislike. It's the
It's the memes.
Minion memes," which was kind of backpedaling on me already saying that this woman,
You're
uh,
like, oh no, oh no, oh
like
no,
was
oh
a
no.
I didn't like her. In the long run, she was the victim, which I kind of felt bad about at the end because I was like, "Damn, I bet you're to blame about this." And then she was like, she was initially the victim,
Is she
and
dead?
yeah, she died. She
I mean,
got
she's not gonna talk shit to you about it then. So.
she can't post a mini meme about it.
It's just a minion praying. Oh my god.
But back on track. Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah, it's a thing that
Oh,
happened.
what do you think the long term effects are gonna be? I mean, like, I'm sure they're gonna make like a sly regulation where it's like it's not like we're oppressing you, but we definitely are.
It really depends on how active um, people are in this new lawmaking. Because the thing is, it doesn't really matter what side you're on. I think more people are coming to realize that the stock market is just a bunch of rich people gaming the system to get richer or stay rich.
Yeah,
So the SEC is actively engaged in this, right? And they're actively engaged in keeping it that way. And this is not the SEC like the Southeastern Conference. This is like the SEC doing with international or national economics.
yeah,
They enable this and sort of keep this going. So seeing how this pans out and how this what the result of this is, it really depends on what lawmakers do related to Wall Street to keep this from happening again, if anything. I think a lot of people came to the realization today. I saw a bunch of people sort of making the comparison on Twitter. Wall Street is a really big game,
yeah,
and some people know how to play it really well. And oftentimes, those people make fun of other people for not knowing the rules. Now they know the rules, and they know it. And they know how to break the rules to their benefit. They're just like, hey, I guess it's time to rewrite the rules then. So as far as to answer your question, long-term benefits or long-term effects, rather, it really depends on how the lawmaking aspect, the legal aspect of it pans out. Again, I'm no professional in this, but that will set the course for how everything else happens.
yeah. Because that's not just for GameStop or AMC. That's for everybody.
All right, that's for all the other big stocks too, like Ross, you know.
Do you think this is like a? Do you think this is like a? I don't know. Um, like an igniting match, I guess, or a wedge, to go into wedge funds, right? To play on words there. A
Hedge fund,
wedge.
wedge fund.
Oh, I don't know anything about fucking economics.
You know, like wedge funds. Over the Wedge, that movie that we all really liked back
With
when
the
we were
raccoon
kids.
and the turtle that was really
Yeah.
depressed for no reason. Uh, but no. To like further the at least the social gap in the already huge gap of socioeconomics, or like that, like
Right.
basically like it's already high tensions between the rich and the poor right now because of everything that's been happening for the past 4 years and continuing to going on because the script has been flipped now. Do you think this could like possibly do something to that? Like
It
to
would
like
be
ignite?
it would be so funny to me, so incredibly funny
If this was it?
if Redditors dictated Wall Street legislation by shitposting. Nothing would be funnier to me. Correction, very few things would be funnier. But if that small domino were to continue to tip into Wall Street gets entirely sort of rewritten in the way that it works. I mean, we're at a point right now where change is sort of possible. Whether that's good change or bad change, I don't know. It's just we have a new administration in right now with a lot of new majorities across the board, and if that's the kind of changes that they want to make, and this is how this pans out, I don't know.
See you in hell, boys.
Right. Spy calls, boys. Make spy calls.
Spy calls.
That's a economic. That's a Wall Street joke. It's dumb.
I was thinking Spyfall, like the game that I showed y'all.
Spies Fall. So Skyfall, great movie.
Great song by Adele.
Right, from the great movie.
Movie about, yeah.
I liked Skyfall more than I liked Spectre.
Have I seen Spectre?
It's the one that starts off and it's like at the I believe it starts off in Spain, and there's like the Dia de los Muertos festival. Yeah.
I guess I like Skyfall more because I don't really remember Spectre. I'll probably have to go rewatch Spectre.
Okay, Skyfall is a several years old movie now, so spoilers, I guess, but if you haven't seen it by this point, what are you doing? But the entire introduction sequence where he gets shot off of that moving train and then falls to the water is so it's a cinematic masterpiece.
And
it's
like
so good.
It's so cinematic even like while he falls into the water, because that goes straight into Adele's song of Skyfall, and which is the intro to Skyfall.
I mean, it's a little on the nose. It's a little literal with him falling out of the sky, falling.
Skyfall.
Right.
Honestly, I don't remember Spectre. Like, every memory that I have is always of like Mission Impossible. And like knowing that it's not Daniel Craig rather than it's Tom Cruise.
I was so excited for No Time to Die to come out last year, and then it just continues to go back further and further.
They said there's a lot of production like issues, like not even just COVID, just production issues in general.
Interesting. I haven't read too much on the reasons why the pushbacks are. I guess I just assumed it would be COVID related.
There's been some COVID relating stuff since it is international, but from what I understand, there's more to it than just. I don't know what the details are, but like there is more to it than just COVID.
Yeah, there's a lot we're running with here, with a whole bunch of stuff going on. I'm sure. In the background, I'm sure production is not made any easier with COVID. I'm sure there are added stresses from supplies that you need to get for a movie, people that you need to like subcontract for a movie.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can't.
New movies are still coming out though. People are managing it. I think maybe a movie that caliber, that size, is
kind of hard to
require
do.
some more.
I was just watching a VFX artist react, and it was to one of the scenes that they were doing was it was either on Spectre or Skyfall. It must have been Spectre because they were in Mexico City. I'm pretty sure it was Spectre. They were in Mexico City. Anyways,
yeah,
it was in Mexico City.
I think you're right.
And there's a helicopter scene, and like they're going over a crowd of people, and they actually had like a huge crowd of people in like the central square for Mexico City. And like they just hired that many people, and like if they want to do a shot similar to that, they can't really do that safely.
Not now. No.
Yeah, not right now.
that the
Uh,
amount of testing you would have to do would be ridiculous. And
yeah.
testing, unfortunately, has not gotten very much cheaper over the course of all this. I want to say it was, I know this is a crazy source to use, but I want to say it was Cardi B that she had tweeted something about like how her management and like makeup and outfits and stuff like that, they all get tested every time they meet up.
Hmm.
And I think the number that she threw out was like $250 a test.
Fuck.
So that adds up super quick. And if
Yeah,
you had to do a
'cause-
crowd of that many people, it better be one take.
yeah, yeah. Um, so speaking of movies, HBO Max or Warner Brothers has done something crazy on HBO Max. They're
Okay.
doing this thing called same day releases, which sounds stupid for like within the wording, but it makes sense now because of the age that we live in. Basically, like they did with Wonder Woman 84, they're going to release the premiere of a movie on the same day. So they'll release it on HBO Max the same day that they release it in theaters. So they're going to do both, but it's at the viewer's discretion of how they want to watch it. Do you want to go to the movies and go watch it and risk it, but at the same time it's going to be better because it's not your house, it's this place that's made for movies,
Right.
versus being more safe but not having all those accommodation kind of things. I
Hmm.
know my parents, uh fortunately for us, they've worked their tails off uh, to like get to where we're at, and we have a pretty nice setup for
Yeah,
movie watching.
you do.
Um,
You do. Speaking from experience.
and so, I'm sure that they probably won't be going to the movie theater, especially I think the movie theater closest to us is like 30 minutes away. So, not really worth the drive, especially if you can just sit down in your home and do it. But that was a big move because no other movie places or movie studios have done that before. And it seems like every year what they're going to do is like an on and off year. So it's like Warner Brothers is 2021, and then whatever next studio, let's say it's like Studio Ghibli or something like that, right? Studio Ghibli, all their stuff will premiere on HBO Max like 2022 or something like that, right? And so they're going to go and do it by year for studios. And I'm sure at some point Warner Brothers is going to be more like centric since it is HBO Max.
Right.
It's kind of their property. But like, what movies are coming out this year? Um,
Isn't I heard something about Kong, right? Kong
yeah, Kong
versus.
versus Godzilla. I actually really want to see that in theaters because like it just looks like one of those like big epic movies.
Well, it looks like a. I haven't watched the preview yet, but from like just the promotional material I've seen, it looks just like a good action and not a whole lot of story. But that's not what you're watching it for in the first
Yeah,
place.
exactly. Because like that's why I want to feel like punched in the chest every time like Godzilla gets punched, right? Like I want to be there. Um, because it's technically the third movie in the franchise, I believe. Because there's Kong Skull Island and then there's Godzilla King of Monsters.
I've not
And
seen King of Monsters. I did see Skull Island. I remember that being okay.
yeah, I need to watch both of them. I haven't watched either. Um, so basically the big thing going on is uh Kong is fucking huge. He is giant. Like he is Godzilla size. I mean, he goes toe to toe with Godzilla.
From my understanding of it, what I saw is Kong went from being like the sized like crawl up the Empire State Building and hang on the needle at the top to like being the size of the Empire State Building, pretty much.
Yeah. So the theory that I saw behind that, and I'm gonna say theory just because I'm not sure if it's completely backed or not, is Kong Skull Island took place in like the 50s, I believe. Was it the 50s or the 60s?
Okay.
And this one takes place in like 2020, 2021, right? And so
Figures.
he has grown that entire time. And so now he is this size. It's just that like I guess his species does not stop growing.
He had several months to work on himself during quarantine. He hit 2020 and he was like, okay, I'm going to hit the weights for real this time. I'm
I'm gonna
cutting out
do
carbs, protein only, keto. Let's go.
keto on an island. Um, I've seen theories, and I love like watching or like listening to theories or reading theories because like a lot of times they're really wrong, but sometimes they have good points, and I'm like, oh, that would have made for a really good movie. Um, like all the in game stuff was always really neat to like read all the theories about in game, right?
Right.
Um, so the theory for this one is that one, they've seen Mecha Godzilla. I don't know if you're like into the lore of Godzilla at all. So Godzilla has like this range of bad guys that he goes against, right? First off, I grew up with Godzilla being a girl, but whatever. Because Godzilla was a mom at some point.
Oh,
That's how I always knew Godzilla. And
Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Como español. See, it ended in A. I should have known it was a woman.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, no, it was. So there's like Mothra, and there's like a bunch of different ones, and then like the big bad is Mecha Godzilla. I forget who creates Mecha Godzilla, but it's literally a mechanized Godzilla, and it's like hell bent on just destroying everything.
Okay.
And Godzilla is like, well, you're gonna destroy Earth, so I'm going to destroy you first. So people have
I
spotted.
was doing that. Quit that.
Yeah, say, hold on, that's my job. So apparently they've seen. I mean, I saw the trailer, and like you can kind of make out Mecha Godzilla. Like it looks like he's like coming out from under the rubble or some shit. And so people are thinking maybe it's a Batman versus Superman situation where like at the end they end up teaming up Kong and Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla to save the day. What's the face? What's the face of it?
I'm sorry, we're gonna come straight back to this. This is not going to be a huge detour, but I've been getting sort of like live updates from my mom. She and I have really connected over how funny this Wall Street business is. So she just texted me a screenshot from one of the articles she was reading right now from NBC. Short sellers. So when you sell shorts, little Wall Street lesson, you're basically betting that a company is going to do bad.
Yeah.
Short sellers lost $14.3 billion today on GameStop. Today. Today. One day. 24 hours. One company.
Jesus.
$14 billion.
It sounds like you're trying to pitch a fucking summer blockbuster to me right now.
One day, $14 billion. One company. How does it happen? Coming soon to a theater near you.
GameStop.
Just
GameStop.
I'm sorry. Back to Mecha Godzilla.
Back to a more realistic. Yeah. But then I also saw this other thing saying that Kong right now is known just as Kong and not as King Kong, as we all affectionately know him as. And so the theory is that Kong wins against Godzilla and then beats Mecha Godzilla single-handedly right afterwards. So then he's announced as the king of monsters. It is
Queen Godzilla.
well,
it's Queen Godzilla, King Kong.
Yeah, and
I'm getting my
Godzilla. I think has been reverted back to a male. So there goes no. So any of you feminists out there, go ahead, go crazy on that one. Go hashtag Queen Godzilla.
Now that Queen Godzilla is King Godzilla, can King Godzilla participate in male-dominated sports, or how does that work?
Are they going to be paid more per game?
Queen, female to male trans athlete King Godzilla makes 77 cents on the dollar to other male-born athletes. Why is this so?
Why is this so?
More on that at 10.
On the next Patreon episode.
Get the bonus episode to hear all the crazy shit that we don't clear for an already heinous podcast.
At some point, we're going to make that joke about like the Patreon enough that like people are gonna be like, "Where's the
Where
Patreon?"
is it?
Yeah.
We don't have one. Not yet.
I'll Venmo in bio. Venmo's in bio.
Venmo and bio. We're just gonna get a huge influx of Venmo requests, not Venmo payments.
Yeah.
Pay me for listening to your stupid podcast.
I deserve money for listening to this shit.
Where's my financial compensation?
All right. Well, we're gonna try to make these podcasts shorter. So I hope to God this isn't an hour so far. It doesn't feel like an hour. It's,
No, we're trying to make it more digestible. Not that we don't like talking, because boy, do we never shut up.
because
But,
honestly, Sam, you trying to play COD after this? We're back.
Okay. We had technical difficulties that came out of nowhere real quick. Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
We
We're
left
basically
off on,
talking. Tristan and I are gonna hop on COD here in a second. If you're really really good or you're really really bad at COD, hit us up because we're either really really good or really really bad, not in between.
yeah. Dude, no, that was scary. That was terrifying, dude. Like literally, like
Yeah.
I thought something was wrong with you. So like, I'll probably cut it out, right? I'll probably cut it out of the podcast.
Right.
Uh,
Tristan and I both at the same time started getting really scared for each other because I only saw Tristan's mouth moving with no audio, and he saw the same thing for me. I was like, so am I not hearing him? Is he not recording? Is he not hearing me?
dude, did you hear anything on my line?
No.
Okay, did you hear?
It was my fault. It was my fault. So my interface, which takes in from my mic and puts it out to both the computer and my headphones, it every once in a while it does this funky little thing where it just like completely shuts off, basically unplugs itself without unplugging itself from my computer.
Oh shit.
So everything switches over to the default microphone and default speaker for my computer.
Dude, literally,
But it's
like
still outputting to my interface. It's weird. It's weird.
the audio that you were speaking was still coming, but it was just like looping. And all, so you were saying probably so you were saying probably to playing COD, right? I don't know where I cut this, so I don't know if it'll even make the cut, but like
Yeah.
all I heard was proper, dude, like nonstop, non fucking stop. It was so, I thought you were having a stroke, like straight up. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to call 911 because my friend's having a fucking stroke live on stream.
This is like that dude that I think he goes around in like Omegle or like the chat rooms or whatever, and he'll just be talking, shooting the shit with people like this, and then he'll immediately cut to the camera. He'll just be like, "Wake up, wake up, wake up."
Oh
wake
yeah,
up, wake
yeah.
up, wake up,
That's what it
wake up,
fucking felt
wake
like,
up.
bro. That's what it felt
Oh my
like, because
God.
like I was like, oh my god, and like I watched like a really like scary fucking documentary today. Like I watched the one about the murder person, and the one before that I watched Demon House.
I'm sorry. I watched the documentary about the murder person. Did you mean the murderer or the murdered?
Both, because it was on Netflix. It was about the guy who killed his family in Colorado.
I watched the documentary about the murder person. It's like me saying I need to go to the doctor, but instead of saying I need to go to the doctor, I need to go to the medical person. The person that does the medical.
But yeah, I watched Demon House, and like it was scary because it's a documentary about like a place that they consider like a portal to hell kind of thing.
Okay.
And it was cool as shit if you're into that. And so like it just fucked me up because all I heard was proper. I was like, I'm about to get fucking possessed. I was like, it's about to happen right here. I was like, I'm gonna see somebody like come up behind me, and I'm gonna have to swing on a demon. I'm gonna have to punch a demon in the nose.
The simulation's breaking right now.
Right now.
GameStop ruined the stock market today, and now it's happening. Proper.
Bro, it was so crazy. All right. Anyways, what we were trying to get to was we're gonna switch things up a little bit, and we're gonna do this is why we clink at the end here. We didn't forget about it. We're just reformatting.
We're,
So
we're, we're trying a little something new here. It'll be a good way to close.
yeah. So do you have
Interesting.
your drink with you?
I do. It's a
Let me,
classic. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking. Hold on 1 second here. Calm down, Felicity. I'm drinking Odin's Power. It is a
Golden's
Kansas-based.
Power.
It's out of Wichita, Kansas. It's India Pale Ale. I've had this before because I got it whenever I went up to Addie's place. Um, I had it while I was up there, and it's basically Guinness. So it's really, really fucking stout.
Yeah, I'm
That's
not.
not my kind of beer, but I didn't want to do the same beer twice because I have a shit ton of Dos Equis. I could have done Mike's. I have Mike's Hard, and
Could have.
but I also would have to get up and go out to my refrigerator.
Contrary to my general appearance, I'm not a big IPA guy. Uh, I do, however, I've got a classic right here. This is a Texan classic. It's a Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
It's Miller time, baby.
All right. So Tristan,
Oh, hold on.
what are we clinking for? What are you clinking for?
I can bend over today, and that sounds fucking hilarious. I understand.
Why are you happy about being able to get bent over, Tristan?
I can try things. I can try new things. No. So about like 5 days ago, I guess it's like since the last filming of the podcast, I don't know what I did, but basically something in my spine had hit my sciatic nerve, and I was always afraid that like I had done something stupid enough to where I was like, I'm about to go paralyzed. I was like, that's what's gonna happen. Because then I go to the chiropractor, and first off, it feels very cult like. Like they give me a fucking give me a pamphlet. And I gotta watch some movie before tomorrow, which I'm not gonna watch.
Are you going to get your chakras aligned?
I hope so. I like chocolate, bro. And
Word.
word. It was like we went in, they did like a full like examination. Like it was really thorough. It was awesome. They're great people. Like I said, just feels kind of like a cult. And they're like, okay, we'll see you Thursday at 9:15. So by the time this comes up, I'll have my second one, which is tomorrow at 9:15.
Okay.
Because we film these on Wednesdays and I release it on Fridays.
Correct.
But yeah, they called me yesterday, like last night, and they were like, "Hey, can you come in at 8:30 tomorrow morning? We need to talk to you." And I was like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna like." I was so careful about sleeping last night. Like Addie was sleeping next to me, and I was like, "Don't touch me, because if you touch me, I might be paralyzed." I was like, "I want to walk. I want to walk."
After you telling me that it felt like a cult, the fact that they immediately switched over to like come in at 8:30 tomorrow morning, it's like
You've been initiated. You're being summoned now.
Honestly, it passed in my head that, or like something came up in my X-rays where like the government doesn't want me to know about it, because like I've never done like, and so like I'm gonna come in and get fucking taken by the CIA. I thought like I was gonna have some cool fucking story.
we need you to come in at 8:30 in the morning. We don't know where or how, but but the entire CIA dossier has been carved into the back of your scapula.
You are the Rosetta Stone.
Rosetta Stone of CIA conspiracies.
And I walk in and like I'm fucking nervous, dude. I've been up today since 5:30 because like I just couldn't sleep, and also my back was killing me last night. And
Did you try closing your eyes?
no, I'll try that tonight.
Please do. I've heard it works.
Okay, bet. But yeah, I go in and they're like, "Hey, Tristan, we just like he just like looked at my X-rays last night, and he was like, yeah, I could just tell that like although you don't show it because you're in very high spirits, and I think that's just kind of how you just hide your pain behind a smile kind of thing. Because like I don't know, I have a really high pain tolerance. Like, whenever I shattered my finger, I was like, oh, I bet you I just jammed it. And then like I talked to my mom. I was like, it's turning like blue and shit. And she was like, that's all right. And I was like, oh yeah, you're probably right. And so I went like 3 more weeks, and then finally I just couldn't feel anything out of the tip of my finger anymore. And so I was like, I should probably go to the hospital. I went to the hospital. They're like, dude, you shattered it, and like it cut all the nerve endings. Like it wasn't until like a year ago. This was like my freshman year of college. It wasn't until like a year ago that I get feeling completely back in it. So pain tolerance, I have like I can stub my toe and like be the biggest bitch about it. But like shatter my back, I'll be like, I'll be all right. But anyways,
I completely fulfill the stereotype of like if I get sick, I'm the weakest man on the planet. Like I think I'm dying all the time. Anywho,
they pretty much just like let me go, or they go and they like did some chiropractic stuff. I don't know if you watch those chiropractic videos. I watch it sometimes to calm my nerves because I always think like they're gonna kill me anytime I go in there. And so, like I was watching them and I was like, all right, this is cool. All right, bet. I was like, this is kind of relaxing actually. And so like I knew what to expect. And so they go and they put my sacrum back in place kind of thing. And it's very violent. But like they put that, and apparently like my neck at the very top is like that's all just out of line. And so they just snap my neck. I felt like I met heaven. Like I thought like
it's really
I
funny.
died
Whenever
for a
they snapped my neck, I felt like I should have.
second.
It's
But
just like
like
a delayed effect.
I stood up and like it was a little sore, a little bit, because you just moved bone in your body.
Right.
But like this morning, I literally could not tie my shoe. Like I had to have Addie wake up from her slumber to like tie my shoe.
Did you forget how?
Well, there's that, and then also like I I just couldn't bend over it, dude. Literally, whenever I was at the doctor's office yesterday, uh, I couldn't go more than 5 degrees without feeling pain. Like 5 degrees forward without feeling pain. Like that's how bad I got.
Hmm.
And so they're like, yeah, you're like damn near fusing in that position. So we just put it back and now you're not fusing. And I was like,
6 degrees of spinal separation.
Yeah. And then where's that from?
It's just 6 degrees of separation. It's a like I don't remember who came up with it, but it's a theory that any other person in the world can be connected to you through 6 steps in between. It's like you would know somebody who knew somebody
because
who
it
knew.
was like, okay, I knew a guy who knew a guy who knew a guy kind of thing.
Right, and that person knew the president of China. I don't know.
Yeah. So tomorrow or yesterday, for if you're watching this on Friday, yesterday at 9:15 in the morning, I will have time.
I met God.
They're gonna have like this full consultation where they'll tell me like this is exactly what's going on with your spine. And so I'm clinking to the fact that I'm not paralyzed today.
It was a very long clink, but hey, it's a good clink.
Boop. Still don't like that. Nope. Odin's power. Oh, I was because where is this from? This is Warbeard, V6 Warbeard. It's a powerful name. So India Pale Ale, or whoever the fuck. I'll still sponsor you. I just won't drink this one.
East India Company, whoever the hell.
Nabisco,
Goya beans, whoever does this shit, I don't know. So yeah, I guess the reason that I have to clink this week, it's been a good week thus far. I have a job interview tomorrow, which is very exciting.
What time's that at?
It's at 2.
Okay.
So I'm very much looking forward to that. I guess by the time that you get your back fixed and I hear about the results of that, I will be gearing up and getting ready to hopefully get this new job that is a little better and pays a little better, which will be very, very exciting. Other smaller exciting reason to clink. I prefer simple pleasures. I am a simple man. one of my favorite video games of all time is God of War from 2018. Got a keychain that I've been wanting for a while, and it's from one of the characters from God of War. So if you
Yes,
can
sir.
see on YouTube, it's Mimir from God of War that came in, and I'm very, very happy with it. Now he just sits on my belt like he does in the game. So we're clinking to the prospect of a new job and
Namir.
a new keychain. So clink to that.
I'll cling to that. There you go. Here we go.
All right.
Mm.
And I guess one half clink to end the episode. We're glad that you made it this far. Thanks for hanging with us today. Talked about a whole bunch of stuff. GameStop and the crash of the stock market due to shit posting.
And the Mecha Godzilla.
And Mecha Godzilla, the Queen Godzilla.
Queen
Mad-
Godzilla. I like that one. That's definitely going to go in the title.
Yeah.
So, Sam, give a little what to expect for next week. So basically, what we're going to try to do is every other week we're going to have an interview. So last week, if you haven't caught it, go watch episode 4 featuring Sharania Saloj. It's really good, very insightful. One of my favorite episodes because it's a more serious one, but it gets a lot of different views in, and I really enjoy that, especially as a journalism major.
Yes.
So
This should serve as a compliment to Sharon. Definitely, we really enjoyed doing that podcast so much as in that interview. And Tristan and I spoke after the fact, and we're sort of adapting the format so that every other week you'll see us like you see us right now. And on the off weeks in between, we're going to have a guest on, and it doesn't have to be like our episode with Sharon, even though that was fantastic. We'll probably have some more lighthearted interviews. We'll have some more serious ones, obviously. I have a very good friend of mine coming on this next week. Her name is Emily. I'm very, very excited to have her on. She watches this podcast.
shout out to you, Emily. What's up?
Yeah, shout out to Emily. I love her to pieces. She's got a heart of gold, and I will be so happy to have her on. She'll probably tell embarrassing stories about me. So if you know me but you don't know a lot about me, we'll probably learn a little bit next week. We're just going to be shooting the shit, having a sort of laid back conversation. We'll be asking some questions about Emily. She may have some questions about us that maybe y'all have too. I don't know.
We have a new formatting for that one too. We're going to start playing more games. Just have fun with it. We can't wait to show you guys. It's going to be great.
So we will see you next Wednesday. And remember, from the Duck Boys, yours truly, all Quack.
No whack.
All right, much love, guys. Take care.
All right, peace.